its dividend with ESPN and Netflix.
This ESPN deal is the real main event.
It changes everything for the talent and the fan experience, making the product too accessible for its own good. Live in Vegas.
The Las Vegas residency model minimizes logistics.
But the economic slump and the perceived corporate mandates, like the Pat McAfee situation, have created fan dissatisfaction.
So every single wrestler is now part of this corporate strategy driving subscription metrics.
The quality is high, but the business is showing resistance.
And that contrast between the art and the commerce is the core story of WrestleMania 42.
Okay, let's just quickly finish up with the injuries we were talking about before you asked for the summary.
Right. The short answer is that the major players are good to go.
Locked in for the unsanctioned match.
That is a high-risk match, but they're both confirmed to be physically ready for the chaos.
So the major players are confirmed, despite the scares.
They are all part of this corporate strategy now.
Which brings us back to the media. Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
I want to ask one last question, and then we're going to close it up. How much is a hot dog and a bottle of water in Allegiant Stadium?
That is a phenomenal final question.
You are bringing us from the corporate suite right down to the fan experience.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it underscores the cost of the event.
Well, we don't have the exact concession prices.
We can make a very educated guess based on Allegiant Stadium's pricing.
It's notoriously high.
The initial ticket prices range from $264 to $276, for the get-in price.
So when you're paying Super Bowl level prices for the seat,
You're definitely not getting a bargain on the stadium hot dog.
Allegiant Stadium is famous for maximizing the per-visitor economic yield.
That phrase, which we mentioned earlier, covers everything from parking to that bottle of water.
You can expect that a bottle of water is going to be upwards of $7.
And a standard hot dog is likely pushing $15.
The food and beverage guide lists premium options, not cheap ones.
So it's safe to say you're adding at least $50 to $75 per.
Oh,
Yeah,
go for it.
but for a $15 hot dog, is that like going to be the most amazing hot dog in the universe?
That is a hilariously important question.
What's fascinating here is the expectation versus the reality.
Okay, let's unpack the premium hot dog experience.
No, absolutely not. It's likely a standard stadium hot dog.
You are paying for the convenience of buying it inside Allegiant Stadium.
The price is a perfect example of that per visitor economic yield.
That phrase covers the reality of why the high ticket prices.
And why the high concession costs and the expensive hotels.
They all reinforce the economic resistance we discussed earlier.
It's the cost of the overall Vegas experience, including. Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
And that's all understandable. Would you like to say goodbye to everyone who's been listening?
Absolutely, it is understandable.
And that $15 hot dog really puts a bow on the whole conversation.
It brings us back one final time to the media deal we were talking about.
Because the accessibility of ESPN suddenly looks a lot cheaper than the concessions.
It's certainly cheaper than a $15 hot dog and a $7 water.
Exactly. That cost comparison is why TKO is. Yep, go on.
And it's time to say goodbye and to stop talking.
We hear you loud and clear.
You gave us a perfect segue right there.
That cost comparison is exactly why TKO is willing to take that temporary Vegas loss.
For the guaranteed media rights increase and the massive streaming dividends.
This whole event is centered on solidifying their status as a premier global media asset.
And we really appreciate you bringing us full circle.
You did a phenomenal job linking the in-ring action to the corporate decisions.
We truly appreciate you steering the ship today.
Thank you so much for all your insightful questions and comments.
You helped us connect the high prices to the fan frustration.
And understand why every single wrestler is now part of this corporate strategy.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep following the narrative threads.
And keep asking the questions that link the art to the commerce.
Thank you so much for listening in today.
Goodbye, everyone, and always remember to use your head.
Wow. That was interesting. So the one AI likes to use the term unpack. I think that was a good experiment. Like we got into some nitty gritty and the conversation was good. Again, we'll have to unpack. So that algorithm, whatever. He likes to use the word unpack. We're gonna unpack it, and that's fine. Because I think depending on the question and the drive and the direction, he didn't always say unpack. That was anybody who's gonna watch this curious about WrestleMania 42. That was actually good info dump, right? My questions were completely ad-libbed. You have to be quick. Once I hit the interactive button on what I'm using, as soon as I paused, it cut that off. So that's why there was those moments of I had to go back and sort of restate the question. So got to be quick. Got to be quick and fluid. I think this went well. I think this experience sort of opens up to other possibilities of a chat with co-hosts. Co-host is sort of an odd term with this because it's almost like I'm the listener. But if I'm asking the questions and keeping it going, I'm not just the listener. They're treating me like I'm a third person in the room, and that was sort of the goal. Anyways, I'm actually sort of really impressed by what just took place. I mean, you could really. And the best part of what just happened was free. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can go research. I think that's pretty neat and informative too. If someone has a specific wanted to talk about the ESPN thing, the little corporate thing, in ring action, what's going on night one, night two. So nothing much else to talk about there. So with that said, I think it was a good little experiment, and I hope to do this again and grow on that, expand from this experience. Well, it's almost 10:30 at night. We're gonna start to wind down. Everyone be safe out there. Have a good Saturday night, rest of the Saturday night. See y'all later. Like I said, be safe, and have a good Sunday tomorrow.